Hello.
Ash here.
I think I'm here. My allergies have been bothering me, so
Those fall flowers.
something is in the air stirring something up. I'm not sure what. I'm not exactly sure what, but something is stirring it up. So
Let's see. Now, when I took some studies, there's goldenrod, asters. You've got all these fall flowers. One of these, like goldenrod, really the pollen's kind of sticky and doesn't fly around a lot. But there are a lot of fall flowers that come out now, and they're very pretty, but they do create a lot of allergies.
and so I hadn't even looked to see if there's anything out with the pollinist. Yeah, see 7.8 ragweed and grasses.
So
Ragweed could be stirring me up. Yeah,
ragweed, and it's the ragweed that
probably
gets us.
it's probably getting me.
And there's
So
not really a lot you can do other than.
well, no, but for me, like I like to try to catch it, probably like some other people do before it gets down in here and becomes
It becomes a secondary infection.
And my asthma might flare up and different things. So anyway, I'm just trying to nip it in the bud. And I was like, well, maybe other people are like me and having this issue too with what. And like I said, I had just looked up today just to see what it is.
I'm glad you said nip it in the bud.
You like that one?
Yeah, because I always said nip it in the butt. And my husband said, what do you say? Well, get it from the back end. Just get it. Give it a kick. So you're going to nip it in the bud, and I'm going to butt it.
That was a Barney Fife saying.
Nip it
in the bud.
And those of you who do not know Barney Fife,
you need to watch Andy Griffin.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you really need to watch. It's a good, wholesome show. It's funny.
And that's I love the wholesome show about it. Yeah. So, this whole thing, for those of you, I'm looking down. We get this called, it's a free magazine. And Turning Point Healing Retreat Center gets these because we try to be holistic and look at these things. And it's a great publication, and all of these they're all natural practitioners. They are doctors that are holistic. And I love it because it just so happens there's a whole article in here about seasonally well.
That's interesting.
And how that you get asthma and your allergies and childhood. And we had our son, Jay. We were just talking about the other day. Both of our children are adopted. And they're South Koreans. And we were told, well, when they arrive at the airport, bring some kind of juice for them to drink. And make sure not like orange juice or milk because they may be allergic. Apple juice is usually pretty good. So listening to them, we brought a nice little bottle of apple juice. Guess who's allergic to apple juice?
Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Is he really?
Oh, his little face got all broken out. I'm like, oh my goodness, check that one off. Yeah, he has a plethora of allergies. Anything he was tested for. And he still has some issues. And his children have a few. Now, our daughter didn't seem to have those issues. But naturally, how do you combat some of this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Eat a lot of jalapenos. It will open your nose up.
It does, yes.
Capsaicin, all that. I think, where does capsaicin come from? I think it comes from some hot peppers.
Yeah, it does.
It does. So it's not on you. That helps open up your nose.
Mm-hmm.
That's a natural remedy.
My husband's been studying a lot about how cayenne pepper.
Oh.
I mean, there's so many rubs you can put because supposedly it brings the blood to the surface, and so it can really heal. But anyway, he's researching a lot of this stuff. So
that sits right on my table.
Does it?
A shaker of cayenne.
So yeah, so he's looking at some of these things and stuff, and they say that you're supposed to use honey from your area. Natural honey from your area will help you against allergies and stuff. So, and then there's another honey that somebody recently told me about. This holistic person told me about, and you can use it a lot from think I've got it in my cart on Amazon because I'm going to order it. But anyway, you can take that kind of almost like a antibiotic too if you need it. But it's a little bit higher. But yeah, so that's supposed to be good.
Honey is one of, well, because the bees will take
They
their
pollinate all.
Yeah, I mean, and supposedly the honey tastes like the flowers that they have been pollinating.
Because we've been thinking about maybe even raising some, but you got to.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, so we might. It's probably just easier to buy it, but
to me, it's easier to buy. I mean, it is a lot of work. We thought about it too, because it would be nice to have some beehives and garden and stuff. We've got a lot of the big bumblebees, and they've been going crazy over the basil. So they're pollinating the basil. But honey is an antibacterial, is superb. I remember when I used to get colds and coughs and sore throats. And the big thing would be honey with lemon and tea. And it works. Because honey has a natural antibiotic in it. I mean, it's great. Antibacterial. It's super. And I remember one chiropractor we went to said that flesh-eating bacteria, if you put honey on that, the honey helps counteract it.
Really? See, so I don't know if any of you people didn't know some of this stuff, but I mean, hopefully this will be a help to you because, we're coming up on the fall season and everybody tends to have allergies that react differently.
That's right.
Some people are in the spring when it's all the flowers budding. Sometimes it is the grasses. Me, I do believe it is the ragweed, which, like I said, I wasn't even thinking about the ragweed being out, but yeah.
Oh, you've got the little asters, all those fall. But honey, now I like to do holistic stuff. Really
as much as I possibly can.
As much as I can. And I found at Victoria Pharmacy, they had this cough syrup. I can't remember what it is now. I have it at home. And it has in it honey, anise.
Okay.
And I forget what the third thing was. Maybe, I'm not sure if it was lemon. But I actually had some anise and I had honey. And when I ran out of this cough syrup, I made my own.
Okay.
Because, it's the anise is the licorice part. And even that's really good. Like fennel seeds. You chew fennel seeds, it's good for your digestion. Why haven't I been doing that the past couple of weeks? I really need to start chewing on some fennel. Because I think when I was doing some research about fennel, some Indian restaurants actually have little containers of fennel so that you can take some of the seeds and chew on it when you leave.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It may be something I dreamed up, folks, because I'm old and I do some really strange dreams. But the fennel does.
Okay.
And Italians put it in their sausage.
And they put in a lot of things.
A lot of stuff. I think one of my aunts made a fennel cookie. Oh, so good. I'm making myself hungry. And we're talking about natural things.
Exactly. And I mean, there's supposed to be natural poultices too that you can bring and help your skin heal and things that my husband's also been studying up more on castor oil because I know you used to give you castor oil when you were a kid, but that was for something different and nobody liked castor oil. But now supposedly it's got so many good natural remedies.
Right.
So
it's supposed to be good rubbing it on for like arthritis. Now, one of my soccer players, we had gone to a couple of their family graduations when the kids graduated, and the mother is very holistic. We ought to call her to come and do a podcast because she does everything holistic. She lives down near Bracey.
Okay.
And she does everything holistic. In fact, her one daughter, they asked the daughter, well, who told you that? She was my doctor. My mother's a doctor. My mother went to, she says, I'm not a doctor. She says, you treat me all the time and it works. And what she told me, she never gets a tick bite because she rubs coconut oil on her legs. And for some reason, they don't like coconut oil.
Wow, that's interesting.
I forgot about that until this morning, saying to my husband, you might want to put coconut oil on your legs. It might even keep the chiggers away.
Well, and we've gotten to where we do try to keep coconut oil at home because I mean it does help with a lot of different things.
You're supposed to
So,
put some coconut oil, swish it around in your mouth,
mhm.
and then you can spit it out, and it takes care of the bacteria after you've brushed your teeth and when you go to sleep. Of course, I love the flavor of coconut oil. I swish it around, swallow it. So I fear that acid in my stomach will kill all that bacteria. The coconut's got it, and it'll get kicked out. But no, coconut oil's really good for you.
So coconut oil, castor oil.
Castor oil.
Of course, olive oil is really good for
Oh,
you. You
olive
can
oil.
do it. I mean, you can put it on your skin. You can do so many things,
I
right?
put it in my lotion. I make a concoction of lotion. I usually buy some coconut butter lotion, right? And then I start mixing stuff in. I'll put oil, I'll put rosemary, I'll put clove, lemon eucalyptus, tea tree oil, coconut oil if I have that in liquid, olive oil. So I'm putting all that in and I mix up my own
Okay.
concoction with all of these herbs. The one I really would like to get in is frankincense and myrrh. I'd like to get some of that in, but some of that gets really thick. No, they're really pushing frankincense now too. So,
And I have some of that at home.
oh yes, and myrrh, all of these things. Go back, go back.
Yeah, go back to the old ways, right?
Instead of taking all these antibiotics and getting all these shots.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and sometimes people, we're not saying don't go to the doctor.
Oh yeah, no,
But,
no.
I'm
but going to
there's,
the doctor tomorrow morning.
I mean, there's things that you have to go
You
for
have to.
sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But, as much as you can stay away from it, right? I mean, because, there's usually something else that happens, so.
If you can use a neti pot, we
Mm-hmm.
brought this up a while ago. If you can use a neti pot, you will counteract and prevent yourself from getting a lot of those rhinitis and nasal infections and cleaning it out. And during the peak of COVID, I think I neti potted my nose every day. And I put zinc oxide in my nose. I still do that zinc oxide because that's really was supposed to be very good for you. And it really helps my nasal.
And we use colloidal silver. Because that's a good, you can put that on your skin and you will see your skin heal up. If you've got a cut or something, you'll see it start healing up and stuff, and it doesn't burn. So like even if you put it on the kids and stuff, it's not like, mama used to put iodine or various things, but I mean, it won't hurt, but you can start seeing it.
Another thing that's very good for healing and for burns is vitamin E. Extremely good for that. Now, back to this colloidal silver, when we had the kittens were little, they had this little crap, and the vet gave us a little bottle of colloidal silver for their eyes. Well, I've used it for my eyes. It's good for you. I mean, it's what the eye doctor gave me after my surgery a year ago, and the reaction I had to that, and that was an erythromycin salve, and I put it on, and it was worse because I ended up allergic, probably not to the erythromycin, but the preservative in it. And that's a big thing that I'm allergic to, a lot of preservatives.
So if you can use these natural things, they help you.
Yes. If I can do the natural things, and I truly believe in vitamins and minerals and any of the natural stuff. Every day, twice a day, I take a couple drops of oil of oregano. That's a systemic cleaner.
Do you add it to anything, or do you just take it?
I just put it on my spirulina pill. There you go, my spirulina pill. That's like that one vitamin that's AG 3 or whatever. It's got spirulina, artichoke, and alfalfa. And it's really interesting if you look at the Mediterranean diets, they had a lot of this stuff. Artichokes. I'm trying to get some artichoke plants going.
That'd be neat.
The ones we had last year, plus my husband, he read the directions of how to winterize them. And he did it, and they died. So now we've got, I think, about 8 new ones, and he's going to do something different. Because artichokes are extremely expensive. It takes a while to grow them, but they're so good for you. again, a natural thing. Chestnuts. Autumn olive. My son said, what good are chestnuts? I said, they're really good for you. So yesterday I was looking up chestnuts and I came across, let's see if I can, and I had this.
Can't wait till we get chestnuts again.
Oh, and you're going to get some because both trees are loaded. We'll probably have anywhere from 30 to 40 on one tree and probably over 100 on the big tree. And boy, they're so good. I opened my last package of chestnuts last night because I thought my intestinal tract would be really happy with that. But my son says, what good are chestnuts? So here it is. Chestnuts usage on famous diets and weight loss plans. Now, I don't want to lose weight. I just happen to like chestnuts, okay? Chestnut contains a tiny number of calories, so they're low in calories, low in fats, and carbs.
Okay.
So you've got three things that people are constantly worried about, all right? They are also a great source, and this is coming from foodstructure.com articles, okay? They are also a great source of amino acids. Amino acids are building blocks of proteins.
See, this is why we have her, because she knows everything.
She's just old and loves these things, you know. And we planted, I love them. I love chestnuts. They are a great source of amino acids, monounsaturated fatty acids,
Okay.
the good stuff, flavonoids,
Okay.
good stuff, phenols, and vitamin C, making them an excellent choice in the case of many diets. Well, for me, they can be breakfast. What a great breakfast! I've had them for breakfast. Healthy. Like I said, I had the last frozen package that must have had about 20 chestnuts, and I had 4 before I went to bed. That was my snack. Instead of dunking my cookies, I got healthy. But if I had a choice of cookies and chestnuts, I'd probably go for the chestnuts.
Now, do you do anything else with them other than just eat them, or do you make anything with them?
You
Or?
can make flour, and that may be something I want to look into.
Hmm.
In Italy, we saw when Stanley Tucci was going through the provinces of Italy, they take chestnuts. Oh, it looks so good. And warm honey and butter.
Mm.
And I could see breaking those up and have them maybe with yogurt or ice cream.
I was going
Or
to
just
say, I
sitting
wonder
there.
if that would go good too with like maybe a brie on top of a brie.
Oh, yes.
The honey, and the
yeah.
chestnuts and the
make
butter.
it salty sweet.
Maybe. Because I like brie, and I like to put like a little sauce on it and stuff sometimes when I eat it with the honey. Melt the honey and stuff and put on it, and then maybe have a dry fruit or something with it. Some of the dry fruits.
So I sent that. I haven't gotten a
Could be
response
good.
from him. We should do that as a podcast, bring in all these. Well, I haven't brought anything. I should have brought you a chestnut. Darn me. It's sitting
Well,
in
and I
my
forgot,
cup.
I got your jar sitting on my table too with your lid from
Jalapenos.
the kosher jalapenos.
Yes. My husband had. I've been trying to watch what I'm eating because of that diverticulitis. I'm still trying to figure out what is going on. In fact, here's the thing. I said to my husband, I wonder what all those COVID vaccinations did to us. It was a long time ago. But you really don't know. With all these vaccines, you don't know. I mean, look at the first ones for shingles. Lots of people got them. Like, I'm not taking. You want me to take a shingle shot so I can have shingles? No. Sorry. I'll wait until you perfect it. Because sometimes the side effects are not as bad as getting the disease. Because your true immunity comes from getting the infection. Because you build up your own antibodies rather than having to.
And that's why, excuse me.
See, allergies.
Parents nowadays, sometimes they don't want their kids to get dirty.
Oh my gosh.
But getting dirty actually builds their immunity, even at a young age.
All the bacteria that dirt. Yeah, get dirty.
I mean, get outside, get dirty, because it does help them.
It does. It does.
And I mean, so, I understand people want to protect their kids and stuff, but I do think there's a certain amount of they need to be exposed to some things.
If it falls on the floor, it's a 10-second rule. The twins were here last week. I forget what they dropped on the floor. Picked it up. Oh, I said, good. 10-second rule. Eat it up. Not that your dog has been running around or cats have been running around, but get a little bacteria, you're okay. They're a riot. They must have drank half of the pool. No. Anyway, no. And see, both our son and daughter-in-law are chiropractors. So they go, it doesn't mean they don't tell people to go to a doctor or somebody, but they are really, especially my daughter-in-law, very holistic. She'll get the best like oils and stuff. And oil of clove, I love oil of clove. Very good. It's an anti-parasitic. It's a natural anesthesia. It will. Remember when you were younger and you went to the dentist?
Mm-hmm.
They rubbed oil of clove before they gave you the injection. That's the first thing they used to use was the oil of clove because it would numb the spot where they put the needle in.
I thought they were rubbing something else to numb it.
Well, they will give you the regular shot, but the oil of clove,
I didn't know that was oil of clove.
Yeah, I can remember tasting it because I love oil of clove.
Well, maybe on one of the future podcasts, then because we'll need to revisit this, maybe we can give them some, because when you start looking like at Amazon and stuff, you're trying to look and then they throw up all these things to look at and you don't know which one is the better one. So sometimes if I don't know what to do, I'll go out and I'll look and then I'll Google what are the best castor oils right now. What's the, and then I'll look at the ratings and I'll look at, where they're processed or what. So you do need to, so maybe sometime we need to do, and maybe educate people on how to go research and know which one is the better one. Because, just because you see it and if it's $2, it may not be the best, we just need to maybe kind of help them, guide them in how to
observe, assess, and react. Yes, again, do that observation.
Because some of the things are more expensive. Some of the oils are more expensive. A good olive oil can be expensive, a good one. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean you can't use a lesser one for some things.
See, I don't use the pure virgin olive oil because it's a little too strong in taste for lots of things. It tastes like you're eating olives and everything. And if I use it in a pie crust, I really don't want my pie crust to taste like olive oil. Oh, this tastes like olives? Because I use it as part of instead of the full 2/3 cups of Crisco, I use 1/3 of Crisco and 1/3 of olive oil. So it makes it nice and flaky and easy to roll out.
Okay.
Now, oil of oregano, when I first started using it many years ago.
Which can be very strong. Oregano can be very strong. So sometimes especially if you're not used to it, you would have to take it with something because it can.
Can't. At the time, you could only get imported. It was Italian oil of oregano. And you were only supposed to have 1 or 2 drops, and I got 4. Boy, did that do a number on my brain. You could actually feel it going through your system, and it's very caustic too. It's like, oh. So yeah, you have to be careful.
And you do, because there are some of them that they will tell you, like especially if you're going to rub it on your skin, because oil of oregano will burn you. Oil of oregano, it will burn you. So you'll have to rub it with coconut oil or mix it with coconut oil so these are the things maybe we can help them with.
Do not just go out and say, oh, they said no. Research it, because these if you get it on your tongue and it burns,
and if you get it on your skin, it'll burn. There are certain things out there that you do have to mix.
Read the directions
with another.
Yes. Yep, you have to mix them. Now, vitamin E.
That one is one of the ones.
That was one you would put a drop in to maybe a half a teaspoon of vitamin E and a drop of oil of oregano, because then it dilutes it. And it's real. Now, sometimes you burn your tongue when you're eating something hot.
Mm-hmm.
Take a little vitamin E oil, put it on your tongue. It heals it right up.
See, I love this natural stuff.
Oh,
I really
did.
do.
The other day I got really busy. I ate and it was still burning. Oil, just some little ease. How are we doing?
I think we're getting there.
We're
so
getting there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think little tips like this can help anybody and if you just keep some of this stuff in your house, then when you need to go get it, you'll have it.
Get yourself some honey.
Yeah, so maybe we can make a list. Maybe sometime come back and make a list of good things just to have in your cupboard, so that you can access it. Especially,
along with ash and soot.
Yeah,
on your TV.
Because vitamin E is one of the ones that I need to replace now. That is a good one.
I have a lot of it.
So I need to replace that one. We do keep the coconut oil. I'm ordering some castor oil, but I have been researching those because I'm not sure which one to get.
I forget what kind I have. And you know what? If in doubt, go to your pharmacist. Because a lot of pharmacists are very holistic. And they will give you some ideas.
And if not, you can always contact one of us and we'll help you try to find something.
I can get in touch with my daughter-in-law, the chiropractor, and she will give you any kinds of, she has a lot of good stuff because she researches. They research what they're going to use.
Well, this is good stuff.
It is.
So thank you so much. And we'll be back later with another one. But in the meantime, y'all take care and stay well.
Yes, right.
All right, see you later.